in the bloopers, aren't you?
Probably.
Hey, folks, welcome to the farm.
Start that over again. I wasn't recording. Yep.
Hey, folks, welcome to the farm. It is July 5th. I hope all of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Patrick, say hello.
Hi.
Hi. Man, it is muggy. My screen's fogging up.
All right, this is the first time we've done this. We are
Turn that down that way it doesn't echo.
absolute amateurs.
Let me know.
He's implanting your opinion in your head so that you have to. That's how brainwashing works. You're not asking for an opinion. You're asking them to agree with you. Absolute meatloaf goodness right there.
The crazy thing to me is watch her cut this open.
Let's cut into this.
Oh.
Let's cut it open.
This is what I grew up with, is these two imbeciles.
I'm at the Niagara Falls border crossing, and I can't get these goats and chickens off the trailer and into the canoe to get across the river.
Hello. So Madeline's making me wear these, at least for the time being, because I could not find my Santa cap. So I told her that I would wear them at the beginning and then they will come off. So I kept my word to my granddaughter. So there we go.
I got the Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
That was a church gift, believe it or not.
It was. I like it. I like it. How's everybody doing tonight? So this Wednesday before Christmas, got Simply Jan's homestead. She's been here from the 5:45 is her first comment on the live stream. Gail's in here, Boone Child, Tina, Homestead Oss. I think he said he was just jumping in, but he had some family dinner. So we got Kid Family Farm. He is in here as well, but we're trying to get him to join in on the live stream. So Papa sent you a link in your email. If you click on that, it should take you to a screen where you're checking your audio and your camera, and then you'll click join broadcast. See Miss Paula Wells, she's in here. How are you doing? Michael Harris.
So Michael's working his way home. He's heading back to Texas today. So make it home.
One of our future get to know him segments, Lori's World. She's coming up real soon.
Next week, I believe.
I'm pretty sure it's next week. Roland getting it done north of 7. His channel is blowing up. So Ed's attention to detail. How's it going? Keto Homestead with Jess. There he is. There's Matt. See Jules Small Gardening.
Mac, you're in here. All right, we see you.
I see the beard.
You're gonna have some serious beard envy.
I'm telling you, Papa.
Damn, look at that. He's representing.
Northman Honey, man. That's like 4 live streams in a row, bro. You're killing
awesome.
it, man. Thank you very much. Nunya, Texas on the back 20. The Tinker's Wife. So thank you guys very much for joining. We got like 23 viewers right now. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it with some shout outs for the week, Papa.
All right, so we got a bunch of them this week. It's been a busy week.
Before we get started, I apologize. Before we get started, Papa's gonna be in and out. Yeah. He had his surgery.
Remember that surgery Monday. I told you 2 weeks ago that I was supposed to have today? I actually had the surgery moved back 2 days. So Paula Wells was absolutely dead on accurate.
There is
because
no way that he would have been able to be on this live. There's one, he wouldn't have done it because he had this. I mean, he looks like an alien when he has it on, but it's like to support his nose. And you were dead on accurate, Paul.
So Paula Wells said, because my plan was to have surgery in the morning and then do this live in the afternoon. And I said, that's just, I can do it. I can make that happen. I can adapt and I can overcome. No. I could not have done that. I would have looked like a buffoon coming out of, what are you looking at me for?
I don't know. I thought that was Madeline. Hold on. You guys are about to, hold on.
Wow. You guys get
Wow.
Holy mackerel. It is the La. So,
well, I don't know about that.
So,
you are the only one I know.
So Paula Wells said, no, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. Well, I couldn't have done it because I was coming out of anesthesia. I went in 4 hours late to surgery. I didn't get home until 8:00 at night. So Rick would have been on here by himself. Nonetheless, I did it on Tuesday. So I'm going to be in and out because I got to wipe my nose because it keeps running. So I can't breathe through my nose. So if I sound a little nasally, that's why. Let me do some shout outs. So, here's a problem that we haven't encountered up to this point. So I go out and I try to find these smaller channels and these, or request people contact us to pull up a chair.
No, I'm not staying. I just came to tell everybody Merry Christmas. That was all.
From the goat mom. So
I'm going out to check on some goats that look like they're getting pretty close to delivery. So
we got a couple that might
Merry
be dragging
Christmas,
their belly by tomorrow.
So this is a new problem that we haven't run into in the past. So I go out, I invite folks to come onto this get to know them segment, or I wait for people to contact me. Well, I contacted Hobby Farm Homestead, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. They finally got back to me this week and they said, we're going to be way over that 1,000 sub limit by the time that we come on in late January. They have, though, that channel in particular, kind of shows the power of what one video can do. They did a series on building a hayloft in their barn. Really, really, great looking structure, but it just took off gangbusters. So in a matter of 30 days, they essentially added 642 subs, doubling their sub count in 1 month, essentially, based on one series of videos. So congratulations to Hobby Farm Homestead for having that problem. That's a great problem to have. So earlier this week on Monday, Sandy over at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, she featured us on her Monday night live hot seat, I think she calls it. That was very gracious of Sandy. If you guys haven't checked out that site, go over and do so. Sandy's a great channel, does a little bit of homesteading, some cooking, candy making, art, all kinds of, it's a really great kind of diversified channel. Morris Patch of Heaven Homestead. So last week I shouted out Simply Jan's Homestead. Jan got our package that had some shirts in there. When I ordered Jan's shirts, I made a mistake. I ordered an adult size, and I also ordered a kid size in that same package. So I gave Jan a heads up that package was coming, and she found a child to send it to. Well, that happened to be Avonlea, who is Joyce and Jean's daughter at Morris Patch of Heaven Homestead. So they did a kind of a shout out video to us this week. And Avonlea, it's just so cool to see, little kids with bright smiles on their faces when they get something. And it was one of the chicken butt t-shirts. So she just absolutely loved it. So it was a great, great video. Down Under Farm and Forge, he did a mail call this week. He finally got his shirts. And here's the amazing thing. I sent out shirts to Australia, to Down Under Farm and Forge, and to Getting It Done North of 7 to Roland and Beth the same exact day. It took 10 days to get to Australia. It took 3 weeks to get to the Ontario province of Canada. So I don't understand. Mail in the United States is broken. That's all I can say. So Down Under Farm and Forge, check Darren's channel out. Great, great channel. does a little bit. He's one of the team captains now for the Shed Wars 2021 in the Down Under area, obviously being in Australia. And then we got a couple of one of them was expected, one of them was not expected this week. If you recall, a couple of months ago, for our Meatloaf Wars, the third place winner in the Meatloaf Wars was Hat Creek Homestead. Well, I got, tomorrow you're going to kind of get a feel for, kind of what our primary Christmas tradition is. People have been talking about that on essentially this whole week. What are your Christmas traditions? And they've been talking about that in multiple videos. Well, ours are Christmas ornaments, and without even knowing that, we got this week from Misty and Dustin at Hat Creek Homestead. So
it was awesome.
Very, very appreciative of that. So in that video, we feature this ornament along with all of the others that Lala and I have been collecting since essentially we were kids.
Including the pickle.
Including the pickle. That's the teaser for tomorrow's Christmas video.
Hey, you got to find the pickle every year.
Right. And then we got another package this one was not out of the blue. It was kind of out of the blue, but not really. So Eva at Highland Homestead up in Western New York basically, told me that she was sending me some giant pumpkin seeds. If you haven't, I think most people are probably familiar with Eva's channel. Eva does a great job on her homestead. Pretty much everything is homegrown, but she put a video out this week where her and her husband
also be growing really fast. She seems to be doing really well.
She's doing very, very well. I'm happy for her. She's doing an exceptional job. I love her channel, but she told us she was going to send us some giant pumpkin seeds, which she did. And she also sent us some giant sunflower seeds and some mini sunflower seeds. So these will all go in the garden this year, but she's also sent us some fresh goat soap. So this one is jasmine and this one is sandalwood, and I've been fighting Lala for these 2 bars of soap since we got them. So one is probably going to go to Lala, one is probably going to go to Chelsea.
We went to a Baker County farm swap. It really wasn't necessarily a farm swap. It was more just a whole bunch of kind of crafty people around the county that kind of got together and sold some stuff the weekend before Christmas week. And I had no idea that loofah was a plant, like a loofah. I had no idea. So I'm like, I walk up to this table and this lady is she's actually selling vegan soap. It wasn't any type of goat soap or anything like that. So she's selling this vegan soap. And, I think it was Rick Isaac. Rick Isaac bought a loofah. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. They're all different sizes and whatnot. So I asked her, I was like, well, how do you get a loofah? And she's like, I grow them and then you dry them. I was like, that is cool.
Yeah, it was it was a mind-blowing experience for Rick over dinner when he explained that he had just had this epiphany that a loofah is a plant.
Yeah. Island is in here. So you made me really hungry the other day, Eva, whenever I was watching your I think it was the rabbit, how you dress a rabbit, and I think it was a rabbit roast or a rabbit castle. That was good. So you made me want to grow some rabbits.
So to finish up our mail call, so this week I sent out some electronic cards or electronic Christmas cards, and I wish I could find the time to sit down and hand write Christmas cards. And frankly, I think that that's becoming a lost art. But there's people on this live tonight that took the time out of their days to send us some cards. So I just want to recognize that. So we got a card this week from Voon Child. Voon has been a great supporter of us. If you don't know Voon's channel, Voon is just a very down-to-earth keto cooking specialist. And, every time, a lot of times you look at the keto recipes and are like, yeah, that looks good, but there's no sugar in it. You don't think that when you're watching Voon's channel or any of her recipes. And the same thing with Jess in here. Keto Homestead with Jess is the same kind of way. I mean, you want look at these recipes because we've got some keto cookbooks. Frankly, a lot of stuff in there just don't look good. So the balance, I think, in people staying on a keto type of diet is finding the right mix of stuff that's appetizing, that is still kind of low carbohydrate, low sugar. And both of those channels that are on here tonight do that really, really well. But I want to send out a thank you to Voon. Then we got a card this week from Our Cabin in the Woods from Tony out in Oklahoma. So appreciate that. We got a card from Gail's Southern Living out in Texas. And lastly, from Colette Fry, the better half of The Adventures of Frank and Tina. So with that said, anything else, Rick?
Our moderators.
Our moderators.
Simply Jan Homestead.
That's right.
Highland Homestead. Paula Wells. Petway Family Farmstead. Walsh Farms. Adventures of Frank and Tina. Ed's attention to detail and getting it done north of 7.
So we added Roland, and added Roland in for getting it done north of 7 this week. And I think, Ed, this first time you've been on in a while, buddy. I think we haven't. Ed hasn't come in and claimed his wrench, so he's come in and claimed it tonight. And Rick, I don't know, you're not watching the comments here, but John is in here.
I'm trying to multitask.
John is in
I know
here.
John's roasting me. He's okay.
He's already in here. He's already in here talking smack. He says, "I'm sure Lala will do a fine job growing them, Rick." No.
He said, Rick, you don't grow rabbits, you raise them. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, Voon is my Navy sister. I didn't know Voon was in the Navy. Voon, were you in the Navy? That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I don't have my Navy cap on tonight. I'm representing tonight the U.S. Marine Corps with my hat because I could not find my Santa hat. I opened up tonight with these on because Madeline said I had to wear these because I couldn't find my Santa hat. So there you go. These are compliments of Madeline.
But see, you know who is representing the Navy tonight? This is who's representing the Navy tonight.
That's right. That's right, Bill. Amen.
Well, Voon, thank you for your service. I did not know that about you. So that's what I love about these is finding out about folks. So without further ado, let's get Mac in here from Kid Family Farm. Now, I've been following Mac's channel for probably the better part of a year. And it's one of the channels that I follow really consistently. I probably don't watch every video as they come out, but then I'll go back and I will watch 2 or 3 at a time. And every week I go in there and I check Mac's subscriber count, and it just makes no sense to me why he is not 1,000 channel or 1,000 sub channel. It makes no sense. He's got great content. He's got an awesome sense of humor. And if you have not, to illustrate his sense of humor, we were going to play it tonight, but then it would be a monetization issue for this live, so I'm not going to do that. But check out on Mac's channel his announcement that he's going to be on the live tonight. Theme.
I wish I could have played that.
Theme to Rocky. I mean, Rick immediately said, "I'm going to play that." It is the best. You get the prize, Mac, for the absolute best intro for coming on here ever. So that's going to be hard to debunk that video or to knock it out of the top spot. So this is Mac and this is Ella, correct? And
Yes.
And your son's name?
Anderson.
Anderson, that's right.
He was able to find his Santa hat.
Yeah, he was able to find his Santa hat. So this Kid Family Farm. So Mac, as I is looking at your stats today, Mac, looks like you posted your first video February 2nd of 18 on culling a calf. Since then, you've put up 317 videos, but you've only got 515 subscribers. We're going to see if we can kind of push that up a little bit tonight. And
it should at least be, I would say probably, I don't know, I'm going to guess 50% maybe of the people that are watching right now are subscribed.
Yes.
The other 50% need to go subscribe.
Yeah.
So that should be like 15 subscribers, like right now, or after the video.
So Mac, were you in the Navy?
Before, no, my niece has been in for about 3 months. She's up a little bit north of Chicago. But I think to start this off with, I've got something that maybe your theme song should, if I can get it started up here. But just give me a second. But no, my niece, she's home visiting right now. She's in the Navy and she's going to do 5.
Awesome. Good for her. Tell her thank you for her service.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
Anchors away. There we go.
So that's for you, Rick.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So tell us a little bit, where are you at, and kind of what's your farm about?
We're outside of Lexington, a small town called Winchester, Kentucky. It's pretty much sits on I-75 and 64. And we were living in, I met my wife from Mount Sterling while I was in school for nursing school. And so we were in a small home and we needed a bigger place for the kids. And we started looking for a place, and not necessarily, we're really not a farm. But that's what we found. And once we got on here, I told my wife, I said, I am not cutting 15 acres of grass. And so we started with chickens, and then pigs, and then cows, dairy steers, and then goats, and we're into goats. So we have a little bit of all that, and some barn cats.
I know, we saw you lifting the goat.
That's what I mean. You have to go see Mac's intro video from today. He's lifting up a Kiko goat, and that's not no small nanny, is it? And then he's pressing like a fence post. He's climbing up the mountain like they do in Philadelphia up onto City Hall. It is.
Make do with what I have.
It is awesome.
Thank you.
So your property is only 15 acres?
Yes, sir. I have 15, and then next to me, the gentleman whose family owned this farm for 100 years, there's 15 next to me, and I take care of the fence line. And when you graze animals, you improve the soil. So he's happy that I take care of that also. Wow,
it looks like a lot more than that. So maybe that's what I'm looking at is kind of the adjacent property. But you're doing a lot on that if you're just farming the 15 acres. So let me I lost my train of thought here. So you've got Kiko goats.
Yes, sir.
You've got Angus cattle, 3 or 4 of those.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so what is your, so you're a nurse by trade? Is that what you do?
My job, I've done a little bit of everything in nursing. I did some medical surgical, then I did stroke for a while, acute care. And so I work Friday nights and Sunday nights, 7 at night to 7 in the morning. And then I get the rest of the week off. I do pick up 1 extra day a week, but I have a lot of time where I can spend home with my kids and my wife.
Wow. So I'm telling you, if I was going into surgery and I saw you coming in looking like a lumberjack, I would be thinking, what is this person coming in here for? Why is there a lumberjack coming into my surgical suite?
I usually get the older guys, that might be a little bit harder to deal with. They'll give them to me.
So did you see the comment there? Your beard is legendary. Well, that beard is not. So here's what I looked at. So we got some pictures from Mac this week so that we could do the thumbnail. And then he also put out a video on doing some chores. And I'm like, he's either the most extraordinary beard grower on planet Earth, or he's way, way behind on his editing, because these beards are not matching up in terms of length.
I'm behind on my editing.
So tell me what's unique about Kid Family Farm?
Well, I was raised in the suburbs of Cincinnati in just a middle-class family. We had 3/4 of an acre, and Dad had rabbits, and we did lots of chores. And then both of my parents' families grew up in Kentucky their families were farmers. So we came down here. It's pretty much this house that we're in, tombstones in the backyard from 1812. And where we're sitting right now underneath this, the logs still have bark on them. So this farm's been here forever, and this house has been here forever. So the ceilings are 9 foot, and we completely redid the house. And I got all my information off of YouTube to help to redo this house. And that's really how I got started. That, and I was just always involved rocket stove furnaces, man. I watch more videos than that you shake a stick at. But once we got out here on the farm, I just knew I didn't want to cut 15 acres of grass. And then I started watching Greg Judy and Joel Salatin. And those guys really got me interested in putting animals on land. And I thought, well, if I get goats and cows, maybe I can improve the soil and not have to cut as much grass and make a little money too.
Yeah,
Right.
Salatin is awesome. Awesome.
Absolutely.
So I got to tell you, and I think I've mentioned this in my comments on one of your videos. I have some serious barn envy.
That
Mac has
barn,
got-
that
he's
barn is
got the
100
best
foot long.
barn. Yeah, it's like 1850s, I think you said in one of your videos. I've got some serious barn envy going on. It is gigantic. I'd get lost in that thing.
Yeah. Yep, it's 100 foot long and it's pegged. And so they told me they quit pegging about 1850. And it was about 33 feet to the top in the middle. And it's like 70 foot wide. And when we bought it, the west end was gone. All the weather from the west had just wore it out. But I've got a neighbor that grew up here, and we call him the evil genius because he can do anything. And we rebuilt that corner of the barn. And then the 2 front bins, they were dropped down. We just jacked those up. And we got a lot of places for goats and cows now, if and when we bring them in.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, the size of that thing is incredible. I mean, you could put everything in that and still have tons and tons of room for animals. So that's an impressive building. I really like that. So, there's again, just to kind of illustrate, some of the, everybody looks for that one video on a channel and they think, well, wow, that's kind of cool. And that could go one of two ways. It could go either really good or really bad. So one of Mac's recent videos, he entitled Ford versus Tree. And that's the title on it. And I'm watching this. Now he's got this, I think it's an oak tree, maple tree.
Oh, maple.
So he's got this really dead old maple tree standing right beside the barn. And the idea is we're just going to put a rope around this thing and just pull it over. And I'm like, there is no way. That was a what, an F-150?
Yes, sir.
There's no way that tree is coming down with that truck. Well, they wrapped it around the top of the tree, hooked it up, did a slip knot on the on the rope, tied it to the hitch, and Mac was very gentle. He said, I'm not just going to tear out of here. I'm going to go out of here slowly. Sure enough, that tree fell down right where it was supposed to fall. So he jumps out, and his first words out of the truck was, no, not. It landed right where it was supposed to. He jumps out of the truck and says, Wile E. Coyote, super genius. That could not be more perfect. So I guess it was he asked before they started pulling this thing, what are we doing here? And who was is that your son-in-law or friend or what?
That's just a good buddy, just a good old boy.
So he says, what are we doing here? He says, we're doing a little bit of redneck engineering.
Amen.
So the other one that I found on there was you were doing some clearing out in your fields, and you were clearing out a log pile, and you come across some snake eggs. Tell us that story.
Okay, so all these dead gum maple trees keep falling down, and some of the trunks are so big, I'm not going to cut up and try to burn them. So I put a perimeter around a bunch of wood chips that the county was able to bring me. And they weren't where I wanted them. So we put a chain on them and the F-150 and pulled it up out of the ground. And then when I looked down, it's like, well, that looks like an egg. And I don't really know much about snakes and what they do. So we took it in the house, and then, one of them broke open, a snake fell out. And so Ella, she decided what?
To hatch the snake egg, and it did.
Did you put it like in a regular chicken egg incubator, or what did
I
you
don't know
do?
what you did.
I took a cooler and put the egg in a container and put some dirt in it and put it in the cooler, and it kept the degrees I wanted it to be, and then it hatched one day.
You research.
You have
Yeah,
way more guts than I got. I have zero interest in a snake. Zero.
Well,
Yeah, I'm with Tina. She says no snakes.
No, I thought it was pretty amazing. And then did you keep the snake, Ella?
No, I wasn't allowed to, so I had to go set it free back where it came from.
Good decision.
So that was another one of the videos. So the first video was kind of them finding the snake, as I recall, and then you kind of kept it. And did you do an interim one where you were raising it, or was it just the catch and then the release?
Yeah, it was a catch and release.
So what kind of snake was it? Do we know?
I really don't
Yeah,
know.
you do.
I don't remember.
Black rat.
Yeah,
snake.
it was a black.
Okay.
Very cool.
Black rat snake.
Yeah.
Yes, Conrad Homestead. Best snake is a dead snake. For the most part, I agree with you. Snakes definitely have their place, but yeah, I'm with you, buddy. I despise
They'll keep a barn cleared out of varmints. You know.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
I wish I had some good black snakes out around my chicken coop, but I don't.
They need to keep doggone rats out.
Yeah, we got a big rat problem that I'm trying to get on top of right now. So anybody got any questions or anything for Mac?
I'd like to say I remember coming across one of your videos, and it was last year. Was doing fencing about the same time that I was. So I was watching him, and he even made a comment. You know, when you're wrapping that around the post, and you have to twist that wire back on itself. And then I think the next video, your daddy showed up, Big Rick, and I just watched that video. And I said, that man has wonderful hair. It's like that is its own YouTube channel right there.
Well, that was your comment from a video last week. Somebody, I think it was Ed Hatmaker says, "How did you do this? There's not a hair on your place." And then Max says his hair deserves its own channel.
Amen. And yeah, I like Ed's sense of humor. That's right down my alley right there.
So my father passed away about 4 years ago at 84 years old. Until the day he died, he had a full head of hair on him. So that was something that was gifted to me by my father. And unlike my son, who's going to be 40 years old in about 7 years, and he's not going to have a hair on his head because he's got his whole body comes from my wife's family.
I can't wait.
So
I just want it to fall out. I want to keep this. I'll keep this, but this can go away. I don't care about it. It's just one more thing I got to do in the morning.
And the next video of yours that caught my eye is when I think Lala did a tour of your all's barn, and I mean that you guys have a really, really nice, very well organized setup. And she was talking about she liked her goats, but the dead gum chickens, she was trying to keep them from pooping on her.
Yep, that would have been one of the. I think that may have been the chicken. It was done in the barn, but yeah, it was talking about the chickens and the chores and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Patch says I'm cursed with hair, Sasquatch man.
Paula, I would love to shave my head, and I do. This is my dilemma. So Chelsea loves me to have hair. I'm cursed with hair, Sasquatch man. Chelsea loves my hair. I hate my hair. So I have shaved it in the past. The other bad thing is I grow hair like a Sasquatch man. So try Miracle Grow, little Rick. I don't want to put Miracle Grow on; it'll grow faster. Oh Jesus, John. Rick falling hair is a lack of brain cells. Well, Dad's a lot smarter than I am, apparently.
Yeah, while we're in here, I mean, there's some discussion going on. So, all of you in here that are familiar with Tony Walsh at Walsh Farms, say a prayer for Tony and his wife Jackie. They were diagnosed with the big C this week. And so say a prayer for them. Keep them in your prayers and sort of speedy recovery. Also, James and Angela Petway from Petway Family Farmstead, same thing, as well as Frank and Tina that I'm aware of. So there may be some others, but those are the ones that I'm aware of. So,
Rick, I want to make sure that, last few lives that you guys do, sometimes I work during the week and I'm not able to catch them, but I think it was last week where Simply Jan gave our Kid Family Farm a shout out, and we went from like 480 to where we are right now. And that's pretty much from Simply Jan just pushing. So, thank her very, very much.
Wow.
Hey.
Jan is in here. Jan is just unconditionally giving. And
Amen.
We love Jan. We love her channel. Her and Kevin are just really good, genuine people. And I just can't say enough good things. I mean, this whole community is, the folks that I'm very familiar with in here, we've been building a relationship with them for the better part of a year since we started our channel. And they're just this homesteading, small farming community is just an unconditionally giving community. And I just can't say enough about them. So that doesn't surprise me that Jan did. I did see the shout out, and that made me happy to see that because Mac, you need numbers, man. I don't know what's up with, you've got great content.
And it's good. It's good quality content too. It's not like cell phone footage upright, and it's good quality footage. And so I know there's been several people on here tonight that we have. I've been scrolling through the comments, and they've said that they've gone to your channel real quick and subbed, and hopefully they leave some love and stay subscribed and continue to watch your videos. So I got some questions for the kiddos. Have you noticed just about all from October meetup got
this adds attention to detail. So we had a big meetup at Warner Robins in Georgia back, it's been 2 months ago. And everybody from this meetup is kind of, I should say I don't think Ed and Ernie have that I'm aware of. And then we have not. So here's the deal. Before to have surgery, you've got to have,
everybody check the comments. Paul has been leaving Kid Family Farmstead's YouTube link in the comments, so go ahead and check them out. I got a couple people asking what the site is, so go to Paula's post where it's got a link to their website or their YouTube channel.
So Mac, what were you when you came on? Because you're at 525 now.
Well, when we came on tonight, I believe we're up 10. I believe it was 5:15 earlier today.
All right, so awesome.
Paula.
Something I didn't know, and I learned from you all, and I learned from Arkansas Woodcutter, and I learned from the Ridge Life is about a year ago, I would try to, everybody would subscribe to me. I would try to go out there and leave a comment, but I didn't stay for the whole video. And then he did a video a while back. It said, if you just stay for a short period of time, that could actually hurt the channel. And I didn't know that.
Yeah,
so I wanted
anything to help anybody out by doing that. Yeah.
And then one of your subscribers said, they'll play it while they're cleaning house or doing chores. And so I've got a Wi-Fi extender here on the farm. So even when I'm in the barn, I'll play everybody's videos. I may not see it, but I hear it and I'll play them all. But I just learned from the Ridge Life last week, if you subscribe and don't leave a comment real quick, they'll dump your subscription. I didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah. That's why we tell y'all, make sure that if you do by chance go over and sub, which we want you to go over and sub to these, get to know them. That's a huge part of this, this segment is going out there and finding new channels like Mac's channel. Like I said, the quality of content is great. But the low subs doesn't allow YouTube to really push their channel in your face to where you can really get to know them. And so that's why this segment's called Get to Know Them.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from Roll, and he just recently did some stuff with TubeBuddy, which I've had, but apparently I've not been using it right.
We're doing the same exact thing.
To him, I've been able to help with you guys with my SEO just here in the past week.
All right. So Paula Wells, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, a gift to say Merry Christmas and may y'all have a bright new year. So the bar is set very, very low in terms of having a better 2021 right now. I don't think it could be any worse than 2020. This has set new lows in terms of horrible years. So goodness gracious.
So
Paula,
kids,
thank you very much.
Kids, these are your questions. You ready? I don't care who answers first. And you can't say snake. What's your favorite part of the farm?
The goats. Yeah, the goats.
What do you like? Both of you. What do you like about the goats?
They're always playful. They're lovable.
You guys have a whole bunch of bottle babies on the farm, or?
No, we started out with 2 bottle babies, but now you saw the goat whenever my dad was lifting it. That was one of our bottle babies from like 4 years ago.
Were you afraid?
That was a bottle baby.
Were you worried about your father out there lifting the goat today?
No.
Just drinking the eggs. I thought they were going to throw up.
I mean, he's like.
My dad was sitting there watching it downstairs. He's like, come look at this video. And so we're both like hovering over his phone, and you went to go drink that cup of eggs. And my dad was like, no.
Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, did you really drink that?
Yes.
Oh my. No. All right, we can't be friends no more.
Rick, everybody was drinking those back in 1976, man.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
goodness.
how many goats do you guys have, guys?
Like 20.
20 goats. That's a lot of goats. And only 2 of those were bottle babies?
Yes.
Are they all Kiko?
Most of them are
So
part Kiko.
were they all Kiko?
And some, like 1 or 2 were part boar.
Yeah, I saw some. It looked like I saw some boar heads in the background whenever you were climbing the massive mountain. I'm trying to give a playback of the video without actually playing the video.
You just gotta go. You just gotta go see the video.
Yeah, check out their video. That's hilarious.
Did you guys get the video? I did a 20-second video as a takeoff on the WWF. Have you seen that?
No.
I don't think I saw that one. I'm talking about the
that
one
was
you
about
did for
2 hours earlier. I believe Jan saw it.
I didn't see that one. No, I didn't see that one, but it's awesome. So, have you already had your kids for the year, or for the kids? The goats we're talking about?
What I learned was since I wasn't farming, I made a mistake, and I had my belly just run with the girls all the time. So several years ago, I had babies that winter where we had 0, and I lost like 7 or 8 babies. And so I didn't make that mistake again. I had them late spring, later than I wanted to. So this year we got rid of our my tonic Elvis. He was just when Kim and the kids would go in there, he tried to play out with me, but I wrestled him to the ground and gave him a better attitude. And then we put a young Kiko in there with him that got all these girls pregnant last year, and he's with them right now. He's been with them for a month.
Okay. Well, that's what we put ours in for 1 month back in July, or they're there for 6 weeks. So our earliest due date starts Christmas Day, and it runs through the first week of February. So we're getting ready to come up on what is my favorite part of the farm season, which is when they start dropping kids. There is just no cuter thing on planet Earth than baby goats. Would you agree with me, kids?
Yes, they're cute.
There you go. This is the time of year that whenever people find out that we're about to have a bunch of kids dropping on the ground, this is when everybody wants to come over and kind of visit the farm and do like a tour and all that kind of stuff, because they just want to see all the baby goats.
Yeah, we've had 3 requests this week alone to come and see the baby goats when they start coming. So, oh goodness. So there's another video, Mac. I've never even heard of this term, and frankly, I think you're making it up. I don't even know. I've never heard of it. What in the world is pugging?
Pugging or pudging.
Pudging.
It's basically where your animals will get into the compression of the soil from a small hoof is a term, farmer's term, old term, pudging, which is not good. And I make a mistake, and it happens all the time here on the farm. But it can really screw up your soil with compaction. You got to get in there, break it up, and reseed it.
So when you did a video on pudging, and I'm like, what in the world is he? Because I've never even heard of that. But once you kind of explained it, it made better sense. So to fix that, what do you do? Just kind of rake it out and reseed it?
I tried to, where I can get to it. There's some farms where you'll have cattle on either side of the fence, and you know how they're herd animals, and they just will spend their time across the fence from each other. The farm right behind me, their side of the fence is probably a good 8 inches lower than mine for years and years and years. That's why, if you move them, don't let them stay in one place too long. You can keep that from happening, especially when the soil's real wet. Some farmers like Greg Judy, he won't run a cow over 900 to 1,000 pounds because those big 1,500-pound animals will tear up your farm in the wintertime. So they go with a lower impact on the soil.
So does rotational grazing help with that?
Absolutely. Yeah, and if you know that you're going to get a lot of wet, soggy soil, some farmers get them out and they'll put them in what they call like a waste area where they don't care if it gets tore up. Just because you lose soil, then you're going to lose moisture, you're going to lose seed, you're going to lose grazing, and then your animals don't put on as much weight.
Come here. Well, you made me wear.
Yeah, we actually have that. We actually have at the prison that I work at. It's called Pride Enterprises, but they have a portion of it that's called Pride Cattle. And Pride Cattle is a huge. They have tons of land that actually surrounds the prison, and they are constantly switching paddocks or switching grazing fields and throwing them from one side of State Road 16 to the other side of State Road 16 for that very reason. They're trying to keep them from more or less stomping, pudging. They're trying to keep them from pudging.
Rick, from what I was at one point in time, Florida had more livestock, more head of cattle than any other state in the United States.
Well, I mean, and they had
and a lot of it was grazed south of Orlando, between Orlando and Miami.
Yep.
And I'm not going to go too far into it because I don't want to talk about my work on YouTube too much. But they got the Cowboy Squad, and a lot of the Cowboy Squad are older men that used to catch wild cows. Wild cows was a huge thing. And I didn't even know that existed.
It was up until the mid 80s. They had
cow wranglers.
I mean, in Florida, it's some people will view it as a derogatory term, but to be called what's called a Florida cracker is essentially a Florida cowboy that up until even the late 80s was an occupation in a lot of the swamps throughout Florida, particularly along the Gulf Coast, up where we're at in the Okefenokee and down around Lake Okeechobee in south central Florida. Yep. They had wild cows everywhere. So they would go out and crack their whips. And that's where the name Florida cracker came from, to bring those cows. And then they would sell them to the market, these Florida wild native cows that were let out centuries ago. I don't think they're doing that anymore, but up until the mid 80s, it was a thing.
Yeah. You guys, if you guys have any more questions, make sure you're leaving them in the comments. I'm starting to kind of go over, not going too far into pudging.
Not going too far into pudging.
Yeah.
All right.
We were having a problem with one of our little babies. We did real well. We lost one out of how many babies did we? We had like almost 25 little doelings and bucklings, and we had one that just had diarrhea that I could not stop. And your wife, Lala, was very gracious to reach out to me, and I really appreciated that.
Lala is very willing to help as much as she possibly can.
She loves talking goats.
Yes.
And not only does she love talking about them, she has, there's a difference between practical knowledge and book knowledge, and she's got both. And a lot of the knowledge that she has developed over time has really come from, we've got a small ruminant veterinarian that comes onto the farm in special circumstances. So Kimberly's or Lala has been so active with this vet that she can just send her a text message at 2:00 in the morning, and within minutes she'll get a response. So they become not only client customer, but good friends. So it's just really, really cool. So that she's got this relationship with the vet. So they teach kind of each other, in a way. And so it's been a really great relationship that she's had. So she will reach out and try to help anyone she can regarding, little issues that she's got. Like, she's just biting at the bit right now because she's got babies that are getting ready to hit the ground like any moment.
Anytime. Yeah.
So, and I know when you were doing eggs, because I have the chickens, and we've never had any problems with our chickens laying where they're supposed to since we've been here. And this set we have now, they're laying everywhere where they're not supposed to. But Rick, you did a video, with the golf balls and where you put them and set them quite a while ago.
Right.
And when you were doing it, I thought, what does this man do for a living? I called my wife over. I said, look at this. Look at this. I mean, this guy's an evil genius.
He doesn't deal with golf balls for a living, but he definitely deals with stats and.
Amen.
Yeah. So
I'm a researcher by training. And so most everything that I do has a twist of research. So I don't just take someone's word for it. I will listen to anybody that says, try this.
Yep.
And then I will try it. And then I'm going to document my results. And if it works, I'll adopt it. If it doesn't work, I just throw it out. Last year I did a video and I pulled all of my best nest boxes out, my rollaway nest boxes. And I put in the traditional nest boxes. So now that we're kind of at a low point in egg production, I'm going to pull out one of my traditional nest boxes. I'm going to put in two right beside them. I'm going to put in two of the rollaway boxes. And then once and for sure, I can kind of settle the critics that says I was using the best nest boxes all wrong. I wasn't using them wrong.
Yeah, that's one of our top performing videos. A lot of the time whenever you're doing a product and you put those in your keywords and your title and all that kind of stuff, of course, those videos are going to get a lot of views. And that's one of them that has gotten a ton of views, which means that a lot of the people that are watching it, they're going to leave comments, and that's going to be negative, and that's going to be positive, and you just kind of take and run with it. And not all negative comments are bad. If they don't agree with you, you can at least look at it from a different perspective. So we're gonna take one of the traditional boxes out. We're gonna put two best nest boxes. So I'll have two traditional, two best nests sitting right beside each other and see which one the chickens prefer. And let the best coop win, or the best nest box win. So Mac and kids, you guys can all pick your own video. Recommend a first video that they should look at that does not include the intro nor your latest video.
Or the snake video. Or you can watch the snake video. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
You go first. You have a favorite video?
No. When the baby goats, the little baby goats, the videos of the little baby goats are my favorite.
Okay. All right.
I think Big Rick would appreciate this. Is I was amazed that there's a fella over in New Zealand need to kill parasites with goats, and it's done by a function. I can't remember that, but that I think that's a game changer.
Yeah, you're breaking up really bad.
Yeah, you're starting to break up pretty bad right now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's very intermittent.
Yeah.
Huh. Because we've got all the internet turned off in the house.
Okay.
To make sure that you can do this.
Yeah.
Hey, Hobby Farm Homestead in the
Absolutely.
house. How are you? So what were we saying, Matt?
How's
Try again?
it better? Are we any better?
Yeah, you're still breaking
Sorry.
up a little bit. No, you're good, man. Hey, that's part of living. That's part of living out in the sticks. Sometimes the internet's not as good. So,
How about now?
yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. I did a video on parasite that a scientist over in New Zealand came up with. I did a video on it. Bioworma. Have you guys ever heard of bioworma?
Never heard of it.
I'll check it out. It's a fungus that they grow in corn. They put it in a feed. It came out this year. You give it to your goats. They ingest it, and you know the barber pole worm. And then when they pass it through them, it's in the ground, in the pellet. And when the parasite barber pole comes out, it lassos it. This fungus does, pokes a hole in it, and sucks its guts out.
No kidding.
No, you check it out, man. Bioworma.
Wow.
I think it's not cheap, but for people that have serious livestock that they've got money invested in, it'll take their parasite to nothing. But as soon as your animals go back and out and eat grass, they're going to ingest it. But so it's a game. Yeah, check it out, fellas. You'll be impressed.
So you've done
Bioworma.
you've done a video on that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
How long ago?
Check out that video.
Oh gosh, this past year is all I can say. Maybe the spring.
I thought I saw most of your stuff from this year. Okay, I'll go back
They
and check that out.
you couldn't get it in the States, and then they finally come out with it. I think like this past January, February, and March, and it's a feed stuff. You feed it to your goats. Like what they want you to do is bring your goats inside, and if I remember this correctly, do your eye checks and your fecal aid counts. The ones you're supposed to worm them, give them this feed, and keep them off that pasture, and then they'll be clean. And wherever you put them, yeah.
Well, we cull very aggressively for parasites. So if we kind of a general practice each year, the two that have had the most historically low or high fecal egg counts with the lowest FOMACHA scores each year, they're gone. Those are the ones that go to freezer camp for that year.
It's hard to do with these two.
Well, and I get that, and that's one thing that from time to time you'll see Madeline on our lives, and that was one thing that was in order for her to own a goat. So she's got her own boar cross, which is Pearl, and in order for her to have that goat, the deal was, you can't have every kid that goat ever has. You've got to make the decision which one's going to the market, which one's going to stay here. And she's done that. So, for example, her goat had 2 kids last year. She kept one, and she's going to breed that one back. So she's 11 and starting her own little goat herd now. But one of them had to go to market. The little buckling went to the market, and that was hard for her, but it's just what's got to happen. You can't keep every one of them. And
that's definitely part of the farming.
This was the first year that we were able actually to make money on the goats. I think we sold maybe 15. We were able to, and that was the goal the whole time, is to get our herd up to where we could actually, and they're looking for Kiko part of the find a good demand for that.
Right. All righty. So let's close on this question. So what are 3 hidden talents that each one of you guys have that most people don't know about?
I know mine, but I don't want to share.
I don't know mine.
They're not going to tell you.
I know mine.
Well, you got to share it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can sing.
Oh, what kind of music?
Well, I can sing any music. I'm in a choir at my school, and we're singing Christmas music now, but since we're out, I think we're on different music now once we get back.
Very cool. Very cool.
Probably mine is I'm one of the fastest runners around in my school.
Ooh, that's another
There
Rick
you
Isaac
go.
right there.
There you go. You're gonna run track. You're gonna run track or football when you get bigger.
I mean, I want to do football, but I may do track. I never know.
I don't look like it because I'm old and fat now, but 40 years ago, and to this day, so in 1983, myself and 3 others set the Hornell, New York high school track record for the 400 meter relay, and it still stands today. So
John at Will It Grow wants to know if you are better at singing than he is. Say yes.
Yes.
There you go.
If everybody looks that way, they'll see my wife standing in the next room.
Well, we saw her in the video, the chores video that came out recently. You know, you had the whole crew out there rounding up the animals.
They shot that video when I was at work, and then they never told me about it, and I stumbled across it, and I put it together, and she didn't know, and then she saw it after it got posted. So I'm in the, just like you using the mop, I'm the same doghouse, brother.
Yeah, so those that saw the me cleaning out the barrel, I actually got some questions on that in retrospect. You know, did I get la-la'd? And the answer is it took about 6 hours, because just completely coincidentally, the same night that I did the barrel cleaning, we had a spill in the kitchen. So Lala naturally goes to get her mop, and she took one look at it. What happened to my mop? And yeah, she was not happy that
It was pretty much exactly how Madeline said in the video.
Yeah, it went down exactly like Madeline thought it would. So it was pretty funny. All right, Mac, what's your hidden talent?
My hidden talent? Oh, my
Other than
charming
doing
wit and
weird.
humility.
Huh?
My charming wit and my humility.
Well, that's one thing you're going to find when you see Mac responding to your videos on your channel. He's got an incredible sense of humor. And
I don't, not as comparable, I think, is to Ed's. And I know that Ernie, she's got one of the funnier intros. I really like her intro.
Well, I had the pleasure of meeting Ed and Ernie back in October up in Warner Robins, and they are great people. And what you see on camera is them. I mean, they are authentic people and just an absolute hoot to be around. So I've had the opportunity and pleasure to meet both of them. So, well, folks, this has been fun. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. So hold on, let me give you your final count. So you are at 528.
Thank you very much. We appreciate this more than you guys know. Thank you so much. And especially Lala, who we know who runs the whole show.
You're speaking the truth, brother, because
Amen.
that all I do is I'm the muscle. She's the smarts behind the operation. I'll tell anybody that. I just build things and she runs it.
Yeah. So again, if you guys have not checked these guys out, head on over to Kid Family Farm. If one of our moderators, one of our fabulous moderators, can go ahead and drop the link real quick in the comment section. Head on over there. Don't just subscribe. Subscribe to their channel. Check out some videos. Leave some thumbs up. Leave some comments. Mac, do you check your comments and all that stuff, right?
Yes, sir. I try to. So far, with the subscription count that we have, I'm pretty sure I'm able to answer, almost always reply to every comment. As you get bigger, I know that's probably harder, but with the way that my job is, the way that I can do, the way that I don't sleep much, I try to. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I feel you on the not sleeping much sometimes.
Yeah,
I try to get Chelsea to sleep less. She loves to sleep in. So
yeah, I think you're doing everything right, Mac. Once you get on top of your SEO and make sure that those videos are optimized, you're gonna see exponential growth in your channel. You really have great and informative and just entertaining content. I mean, I really thoroughly enjoy your channel.
Well, thank you very much. Like I said, north of getting it done north of 7, when I've had TubeBuddy for a while, but I just wasn't using it right. And then he had a chat on his channel about that. So this past week, just today, I think I went back 10 videos and redid some of the SEOs where I wouldn't lose its place. But I'm hoping that happens.
Yeah.
We
have noticed, we have done our last 2 videos, and me and him both, we track analytics pretty well. I'm more on the marketing side. I've said that in past videos before, where I do a lot of the graphics and the editing and all that kind of stuff. Papa is more of the SEO. He's more of the behind the scenes, getting the video out in front of everybody. But the last 2 videos that we have done, I mean, we've noticed I wouldn't say huge, but significant enough to where we've been able to tell the last 2 videos have definitely done better than in the past with just simply using TubeBuddy the way we thought TubeBuddy was supposed to be used. So we're definitely with you.
Well, I like, you've done some of the technical stuff here lately with the thumbnails and the video software, and a lot of that stuff being 60 years old is, and I'm there with your daddy, but I enjoy it. I had to watch it a few times, but I really like it.
Yeah, it's really hard to do it in a live. But it allows me and Papa to watch the comments and see where people are falling behind on, so I can try to spend a little bit more time and answer questions and get everybody caught back up. So, but yeah, it's it can be difficult, especially if you're not computer savvy. But
like tonight, I couldn't get hooked up with you guys, and my wife came over here behind me and typed in whatever underneath our computer screen, and then you guys popped up, or I probably would have still been like a chicken lost in high weeds.
Where's your wife at?
Oh, on the other side of the camera.
Bring her in.
Yeah, maybe I could tie her up and stick her in front of the camera. That's about that ain't happening.
No.
Just kind of stick her head in sideways. That's not happening.
Well, you even had, so in this live tonight, there's someone in here called the Crafty Hobbit. And the Crafty Hobbit, that's actually my daughter from Washington coming in. And she said, Abigail said hi, Papa. So Abigail is my second to youngest granddaughter. So hello, Abigail. How are you?
Rebecca, by the way, you need to make sure that everybody at 7:00 tomorrow night is sitting around your phone or a computer and watching our new video.
So that's
just FYI.
That's Little Rich Insane sister. Actually, they're the insane duo.
And one thing before we go, I'll take any and all suggestions to help improve my channel. I don't care, what it is like if somebody has anything constructive, absolutely, please let me know.
Yep. And that's I will gather everyone is what Rebecca says. No, that's definitely something that I've said in the past. I've had other YouTube channels, and very early off, I went ahead and I noticed the more you're willing and able to take constructive criticism and make changes and kind of not necessarily completely change what your channel's all about, but just make it easier for people to find your videos and just listening to your viewers. Listening to your viewers whenever they tell you, give you some criticism is a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
But again, subscribe to his channel. Head on over there, or subscribe to their channel. Excuse me. Head on over to their channel, subscribe, hit that like button on a couple videos, leave some comments, show some love.
Oh, 532, Mac.
Yeah, man. So I'm happy this is working out for you guys.
I appreciate y'all.
All right. Good night, folks. This is awesome meeting you.
Kids.
Mac, finally good talking to you, buddy. And then kids, love talking to you. Thank you.
Represent there, Rick.
Represent the Navy. Go Navy. All right, guys.
Tell your niece thank you for her service.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Good night.
Take care. So we had somebody in here tonight, I think is from Jacksonville, Robert Lee. I'm not sure if Robert's still in here, but if you are, welcome. I think he said he's from Jacksonville.
904 Jacksonville, Florida, off 301. Very, very, very familiar with 301.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's a local fella. So good job.
Very, very local, like 15 minutes local. So Madeline, you had those weird glasses on. Where'd they go?
I took them off.
And
I was trying to get her to come in. She's been walking around with weird glasses and a mustache for an hour.
Yeah, I was about to say, what on earth is on your lips?
It used to be a mustache. All right. Go downstairs and answer that. All right.
So that right there was a get to know him segment. And that segment is designed to help out, if you guys don't already know, channels with less than 1,000 subs. There's some questions, some standard questions that a lot of times we ask. One of those is, the hidden talents. describe your channel in a few short words. So some of the questions are pretty standard, but some of the questions are pretty standard. But we do come up. We watch some of your latest videos and kind of browse through a lot of the channels that are coming on. We've really seen a lot of your content already. But make sure you guys send us an email if you guys are interested in that or know a channel that you guys are supporting that you'd like to see on the Get to Know Them segment. It's Lala at thelalafarm.com. And that way we can get them scheduled. As of right now, we got some upcoming Get to Know Thems on the 30th. This will actually close out December for our Get to Know Thems. We got Lori's World. She was in here earlier. I don't know if she's in here now. But another one is Little Frenchie and Big Texas. Micro Farmers, the second live stream or Get to Know Them segment in January. Castle Hives, Dusty Goat Homestead, Hickory Croft Homestead, and Conrad Homestead. So like I said, you guys make sure to send any emails to Lala at thelalafarm.com if you guys want to be a part of the segment or if you know someone else that could benefit from it. So, Papa, did I miss anything there?
No, saying goodnight to Mr. Johnny and Cape Cod, the Oysterman. So good night, John from Willow Crow. Nope, he did good with that. So we talked about Get to Know Him. Got merch available. So there's 5 designs. Little Rick says he's going to be doing another shirt design. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the timeline is for it. So
I'll give you a clue. The clue is the definition of lalad. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta go watch that barrel video.
Yeah.
That turned out well.
So
all right. Let's go
ahead and give away some stuff.
Let's give away a shirt or an Amazon gift card. So last week we had our first taker on the Amazon gift card. Normally everybody wants shirts. So I've said many times tonight, our Kiko kidding season will begin on Christmas Day. Is the first scheduled day for birthing now, and here's what I'll tell you is that we've got all of our white does that were bred to our Yarrow buck last year were bred to Einar, and Einar's he's a very persistent young buck, and I think he got his business done really, really quick because the ones that he went in with are huge and they look like they're about ready to pop any day now. So our technical kidding season runs from December 1st to the first week of February. And in a prior video, the one where Lala was talking about pregnancy, how many does did we put in for breeding this year? How many actually got pregnant? That's the question. How many Kiko does did we breed this year?
All right, Papa, monitor those. I think this is a little bit harder question than what we've done in the past. So
Crafty Hobbit. So Becca says we need a Betsy t-shirt.
That would be a cool t-shirt.
Simply Jan. Cool nope, not 15, not 13, not 17, not 12, not 13. No.
I knew this was going to just throw numbers out. So
54. I wish we don't have nowhere near that, Tony.
I don't want 154. So Papa, keep monitoring comments.
14, our cabin in the woods.
Nope.
So Tony nailed it. So we bred.
Now hold on. Our cabin in the woods. I want to know if that was a guess or did you know?
Tony watches our videos. I think.
He does.
I mean, always commenting.
So was it a guess? I don't know where all this fuzz is coming from. Was that a guess? Guys, we're still guessing. We already got it right.
Our cabin in the woods is the winner. So
14.
14. So the question to Tony is,
Tony
says, I know.
What I'm talking about.
So there you go. Tony's he's got a notepad when he's watching the videos, apparently.
Right.
So, all right, sir.
He's like, will they ask this question?
Kid family, I missed it by that much. So Tony, let me know whether you want the Amazon gift card or if you want a different design of shirt. So tonight we're going to do something a little bit different as well. So normally we just give away one shirt or an Amazon gift card. I'm going to give away a $20 Amazon gift card, but it's in the form of a competition. And only those people are doing this intentionally at the end of the live stream, knowing that many people will not rewatch this for the entire live stream. So those of you that are still on here,
That's 24.
24 people still on here at an hour and 15 minutes. So knowing that we have 14 does that will give birth between Christmas Day and the first week of February, how many kids will be born on La La Farm during that period of time? So what I want you to do is when this video posts tomorrow, or I guess you can do it tonight.
It'll be tonight. So as soon as the video is over with, do not post it right now. Do not post your answers right now. You'll have to stay until the very end of the video. And then once, see, people are posting right now. Wait, don't post right now. Wait until the end of the video, which is, I don't know, maybe another 10 minutes. Wait till the end of the video and post what you think or how many kids you think we will have on La La Farm this year. It has to be in the comments after the video. That way they're all together and we're not having to search for someone's comment and accidentally miss it.
So you got to have your guess in before the first kid is born, and that first kid could come as early, could be it could be here tomorrow morning. I don't know, but it's not due to be birthed until Christmas Day. So the guesses have to be in before the first kid is born. So if you can pop your guesses in tonight after this is over, that would be probably the best way to do it.
That would be a good option.
Once we conclude all 14 does have birth, we will total it up. And if we have multiple people that guess the right number, then we're just going to have a random drawing and that person will be the winner. But we're looking for the total number of kids that will be born during this kidding season from our 14 confirmed bred does.
Roland, you're going to have to do your own research. I'm not giving you a hint.
I'm not getting. You can figure that out by going back and looking at past videos.
Yep.
That's all I can tell you.
So, tech session. I'm muting you real quick, Dad. So tech session, is going to be this Sunday. The Help You Grow segment or live stream, will be this Sunday. I was unable to do it this past Sunday due to just Christmas and holiday and all this kind of stuff. But I have time this week to go ahead and set something together or put something together and do a live stream this Sunday. It's going to be on, say what?
On my videos.
What?
Ed Hatmaker, the answer is many because I'm wearing a hat, but under normal circumstances, none.
So, but this Sunday's live stream is going to be really about logos, and a lot of people have taken notice to how visible the La La Farm logo is when we're in the comments, we're posting stuff, how small we can get it and still be able to see. So I'm really just going to kind of be going in depth on logo design and what is the best for YouTube. Not to say that you can't have a really, really intricate logo, but there is a time and a place for intricate logo, and in my personal opinion, YouTube's not one of those. But take your logo to the next level, and that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about. It's probably going to be a short one because I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are traveling to family's houses, and unless you're in one of those states that they don't allow that kind of thing. End of rant. But yeah, if you're traveling, it's going to be a short one, so you guys can tune in real quick. But like I said, it'll be about logos. It'll be a logo live stream. So,
all right. Last but not least, so what we got coming up? We've got, like I said, our Merry Christmas greeting video coming out tomorrow
at 7.
Because normally we publish on Mondays and Fridays, but we're putting this out a day early on Thursday because there's a lot of folks coming out with lives on Friday, so I don't want to get in the middle of them. So We also got a video coming up for treating of coccidiosis in chickens. And then we're going to have some, Rick's in charge of doing baby goat videos. And he's thinking he's just going to take a lot of footage and compile it into one video. I don't think he's going to be able to do that because they're just too darn cute to wait.
Well, no, we'll have videos of just the goats and being born and like an informative video, but we're also going to do one where it's just cute slow motion B-roll footage of baby goats jumping off of
particularly when they start popcorning. There's nothing cuter than that. So
at all.
So
except Patrick.
Oh my gosh. No, it's not Patrick. Patrick's his youngest son. Patrick, everybody tells Patrick he's cute and he's going to grow up thinking he's Fabio.
He come up to me last night and he's like, "Daddy, you'd be my best friend." I said, "Yeah, I'll be your best friend as long as you don't hold it against me. I'm going to tell you exactly what you don't want to hear most of the time."
So, all right. So we got 23 people in here. We're going to close this out for tonight. I just want to tell you, thank you everyone for coming in here, listening to my nasally self for an hour and 15 minutes. So hopefully I'll go back to the doctor on Monday and they will take these. Right now I literally have plastic splints on both sides of my septum up in my nose. And so I can hardly breathe through my nose. So I get those taken out next Monday.
Make matters worse, if you move too fast, you get lawlawed.
Yeah. So I can't lift. I've got to make a turkey tomorrow. I'm smoking a turkey and she won't even let me lift a turkey or she's going to yell at me. So I've got to now join in partnership with my son to brine a turkey. So that's how restrictive she is with me. So, but I absolutely wanted to acknowledge Paula Wells was absolutely right. I can admit when I'm wrong, and I'm admitting to Paula I was wrong. Had I not got my surgery, see, I told you so. Had I not had my surgery changed, you would have listened to a buffoon rambling tonight that looked like a complete idiot because I'd have my little. This is. I got to wear this thing up under my nose. so it's a mess. With that, folks, good night. This was fun. Have a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. We'll have another live before the New Year, but have a very Merry Christmas. And thank you all, friends, for all your support this year. We could not be where we are without you. And we want to make sure that we return just as much support within this community in the upcoming year. We just are really, really appreciative of everything.
All right. Make sure you guys, at the end of the video, it's about to end. Make sure you guys wait and put a comment in the comment section, not in the live stream comments.
Jan is really, really confident. She knows the answer. She's saying.
If she knows that, put it in there. Put it in there.
All right, Jan.
You guys have an awesome night.
All right.
Again, thanks for watching. And
on deck is Lori's World with her mother. Those two are going to crack you up. With that said, Merry Christmas.
And
remember, always treat others as you would like to be treated. Good night, folks.
Good night, guys.